Let the recording start. So, good morning, all of you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Be active. Say
Good morning, ma'am.
good morning, ma'am, like that with energy, full of energy, beta. Okay. So, one of you, please start doing the prayer, beta. Hello.
Ma'am, can I start?
Yes, yes.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان
Be a
الرجيم.
bit louder.
بسم الله الرحمن
Louder, louder, beta.
الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Thank you, beta. I hope the day goes well for all of us. Um, that is what is dua for our Almighty. Uh, let's be healthy and at peace. I just wanted to ask you, did you see the thought of the day? What is
Yes,
written
ma'am.
for thought for the day? What is written, Vita? One of you read it out.
Ma'am, I did.
Should I? Okay.
Behind the parents stands the school, and behind the teacher the home.
What does that mean? That school is helping the parents, right?
Yes,
School is helping the parents by training their children, by
yes,
molding their children, by making their lives. And behind the teachers, who stand? Their family. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Hope you understood. So, what are we doing better? We are a society. We are supporting each other. We just cannot work alone. We have to take everybody together and move for move forward, move further. If one of the sector is gone, we just cannot move. We are stuck.
Yes,
Just imagine there are no schools. What's going to happen? Do you understand what I'm saying? There are no schools, right? What's going to happen? There will be no training of children. So each and every faculty is, like helping each other for a good cause. That's like you are going to be a citizen. You are already a citizen of a country. But now you're going to be a strong, a responsible citizen of a country by being trained in the school by the teachers. Do you get me?
yes.
Yes? Okay. So we start with a new chapter, lesson number 3, atoms and molecules. Yes. Whoever is going to read it up have to be, like good in reading and give a good throw with a loud voice. Please, one
Ma'am,
of you.
can I?
Yes, what's your name?
Nurani Moinuddin.
Moinuddin. So, Moinuddin, you have to be very loud.
Okay,
I
ma'am.
want you to be louder. That's it. Okay, yeah, go
Okay.
ahead. No problem. And
Lesson
every
number
seat,
3.
just a moment. Moinuddin, just a moment. Now, it's an appeal to all of you, whoever are present right now. I want all of you to take part in reading the slides. Will you, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you. I want all of you to take part in going through the slides. Is it clear? And one more thing,
Yes, ma'am.
Moinuddin, when you go through the introductory part, if you are able to understand and you think that you can explain, please go ahead. Understood?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, start.
Lesson number 3, Atoms and Molecules. Introduction. As early as the 6th century, the Greek philosopher stated that all matter could be broken down into four basic substances: fire, air, water, and earth.
Okay. Now, what is the introductory part of this chapter? That early as 6th century, you can imagine way back, who were the ones who really
Yes,
thought of? They were Greek philosophers. So they were thinkers. The Greek people were thinkers and scientists. So what they thought that anything could be broken down, any matter could be broken down into four, or it is made up of four basic substances. That the matter is made up of fire, air, water, and earth. These are the basic substances the matter is made up of. Is it clear? All of you, beta?
yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah. So everything is made up of air, fire, earth, and water. Can you read or should I read? It's quite small.
I'm reading.
No, no,
You read,
someone
ma'am.
else should take it up. Moinuddin, not you. You have read it once. I wish
Okay,
that
ma'am.
another person will take up the next slide. Yeah, who will take up the next slide, beta? Who will take up the next slide, please? Boys, Mohammed Abbas, don't you want to read, beta?
In the 5th century, people pondered further on the nature of the primitive elements, and though
Thought,
there must be
thought. It's thought, beta.
thought
That
there
there
must
must be.
be things that are still smaller, something which is common in every substance. This made them think deeper and discover the presence of ultimate smallest particle, the atom.
Good. So, 6th century we saw Greek philosophers, and now we will see in the 5th century thinkers. What is the meaning of pondered, beta? What is the meaning of pondered? Thinking. They thought. So they kept on researching, they kept on working further that what are the actual elements made up of. And they again, started thinking that there must be still smaller things, and which is found in every substances present in the universe. And they discovered that there was a smallest particle named atom. What was the smallest particle, beta? What is the smallest particle they came across? It is atom. That all the substances which are available in the universe is made up of atom. Yes, who will read? Better let's not waste time. As soon as you can see the slide on your screen, please start reading.
Ma'am, I read.
Okay, yeah, you can. See, it's open to all of you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. The atoms are the small
Atoms,
that
atoms. Better it is
atoms
atoms.
are atoms are so small that they are not visible by naked eyes. Fire, air, water, and earth. All they have their individual atoms which are the connected with each other.
With erasers.
After atoms for slightly bigger entellite
Entities.
entities entities
Was
that
coined.
has coined that terms is known as molecules.
Molecules, right? Fine. Now these atoms are small, so small, so tiny that you cannot see through your naked eye. That means it is microscopic. In short, what it is, beta? It is microscopic. Now, when we are talking about the fire, air, water, and earth, even they are made up of atoms. which are connected with each other. Now, atoms are small, the bigger entity, that means the bigger than atoms are called as molecules. What are they called, beta? What are they
Molecule.
called? Molecules, exactly. So, atoms are the tiniest particle. Bigger particle than atom is called as molecules. Is this clear? The difference between atoms and molecules?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Yes, beta. Yes, start reading.
Atoms and molecules. Everything around us is made of matter. Matter has mass and occupies space. All matter is composed of basic elements that cannot be broken down to substances with different chemical or physical properties. These are molecules and atoms.
Thank you. Now let's talk about what exactly are. It's all see, whatever slides I'm taking is a part of revision. We already know what are atoms and molecules, right, beta? But now I'm taking up
Yes, ma'am.
different slides to show a specification of atoms and molecules. The things become very clear to you today itself.
Yes.
Whatever you see around us or yourself, whatever you see, just look around yourself. That's called matter. Okay? Air is a matter, water is matter, trees are matter, animals are matter. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Solid substance, everything is matter. So, what is this matter? It has got mass and it is occupying space. For example, let's take water. Now, if I put water in a pitcher, it occupies the space what is available in the pitcher. Now, if I put it in an open bowl, it occupies that space which is open bowl. So, everything, water is a matter, so it is occupying the space and it has got its own mass. Everything, that is all the matter, whether it is solid, liquid, and gaseous, has got elements, basic elements, which you cannot break down further. This was thought before beta. Now we will come to know, or we will learn further that even atoms can be broken down. I'm just
Yes,
giving you a bit of indication that what we are going to study further in ninth standard in this grade. That so far we know that atom is the tiniest particle and there are no tiny particles besides atom. That's the only tiny particle. But now further in maybe uh, 9th, 10th chapter, we will see that even atoms can be broken down even the tiniest particle than atom. That is what we are going to learn in this grade. So that time they said, okay, this is made up of only atoms and nothing else. There's a tiny particles and all the elements and all the matter is made up of atoms. Now, atoms, like it designates, it shows that what this element will have, this type of property. You understand? For example, hydrogen. Hydrogen is made up of H element, that is hydrogen element, and then hydrogen property is different than oxygen property. Do you agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Agree.
all of you agree because their atoms are different.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the atom is deciding the physical and the chemical properties of the substances. You got my point? For example, if I say, I will show you over here, simple, you'll understand everything. First I'll show you this. These are all atoms. Can you see this? These are all atoms.
Yes, ma'am.
This is one atom, this is second atom. Okay? These are all atoms. This is hydrogen, one hydrogen, second hydrogen. So how many hydrogen we have? Two. Right, beta? H2. Can I write it like this? H2? Boys, ninth standard.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
there's one
ma'am.
oxygen. There's one oxygen. This is this. So what it becomes? Water. What it is, beta? H2 is water. Do you understand? But remember
Yes,
that
ma'am.
hydrogen is also gas, oxygen is also gas. When they combine together, it becomes liquid. The property changes, isn't it better? Hello, are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes? So, this is atom actually. Listen, all of you should understand that this is one atom of hydrogen, this is second atom of hydrogen, right? So, two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen combines to form a molecule of water. Now, atoms together form a molecule of water. Can you see this over here? That is one molecule of water formed by two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Now let's find out what is written over here, Vita. The
The
history of
history of
atoms.
atoms.
That means how atoms came to existence. Who were the ones who worked with atoms? This is the history of atoms. Please read, Vita.
Democritus, atom. All matter is if divided into its smallest possible parts, that part would be known as atoms or
No,
indivisible.
no, it is not atoms, Vita. It is atomos.
Atomos or indivisible.
Now, who was the first person to have come to a conclusion that there are certain particles which you cannot divide further?
Democritus.
He was Democritus, again a Greek philosopher. What he said that take up any matter and if you keep on dividing into the smallest possible parts which is available, that we will call them as atomos. What we will call them? Atomos.
Atomos.
And in Greek word, atomos means you cannot divide it
Indivisible.
further. It is indivisible. Do you understand? And
Yes.
that's how atom came to existence from atomos. So first it was named as atomos, and from atomos we got atoms. You understand, boys?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, beta.
Yes.
Just put off your mic. Thank you. Now
John
let's,
Dalton.
yeah, who's the second person to work on
John Dalton.
scientist? John Dalton.
John Dalton. Elements, compounds,
Can
and
I read?
atoms.
Please continue.
In the 1800s, Dalton built on Democritus' theory of atoms, expanded theory to include concept of elements, compounds, and atoms, formed what was known as the billiard ball model of the atom.
Thank you. Now John Dalton took Democritus theory as a basic theory. So he started working on whom? Dalton started working on whom with the Democritus theory. You understand? Hello.
Yes, I'm understood.
So, so he started
Yes,
working
ma'am.
on
Understood.
Democritus theory of atoms. Then in the 1800s, what he did? He did some research and came to a conclusion of the concept of elements, compounds, and atoms. He was the first one to come out with the concept what exactly is elements, what are the compounds, and what do you mean by atoms. He came and he postulated a theory, a hypothesis, which is known as billiard ball model. You know what are billiards, snookers? It's a table game. I think you know that. You know that it's a table game, billiard. Hello, boys.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So he made a billiard ball model of the atom. Now see what exactly are elements and compounds from here. We will just come to know what exactly is element and what is a compound. Read better. Or should I read? There is nothing to read. Should I explain better? Boys, can I take up this slide? Can you hear me? Hello? Boys, can you hear
Yes,
me?
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Elements and compounds, we know that these are the forms of matter. Now here you can see this is gold. Can you see this? You see this beta? Gold. And that gold is an element. And what is the symbol of gold? It is AU. What is the symbol of gold beta? It is AU. So all these are same. All these elements are same. Whereas in water molecule we have got two types of atoms. Yes or no? Or rather elements. One is hydrogen and the other one is oxygen. Right beta? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
So you understood
Yes,
this?
ma'am.
We have got two different types of elements. Two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. So what it becomes? What it becomes, beta?
Compound.
Compound. Now you got the difference? This is element, one type. These are two types, so it is compound. Is it clear? Is it clear, beta? The
Yes,
difference
Yes,
between
ma'am.
yes,
element and
ma'am.
compound?
Clear.
Element, one type. Compound, two types or three
Bye.
types. You understand?
What by that?
Yes. Now we'll see the concept of elements one by one. Please read. Please read, beta.
Direct lecture.
Hello, please put off a mic. One of you start reading, beta.
Consist of molecules having same type of atoms.
You understood now? Same type of atoms you have.
Yes, ma'am.
What we saw in gold.
Exist as either atom, example
Argon. Argon,
argon,
argon.
or molecules, example gold.
Understood now?
Yes,
Either it is one atom as you get in argon or you get molecules, but one kind of atoms, that is gold. So you got so many atoms
yes, ma'am.
together making a molecule, but all the atoms are same.
Yes, ma'am.
That you should understand. Then
Cannot be broken down to a simpler type of matter.
that is the simplest type of matter. Element cannot be broken down because it is made up of atom. Do you understand that?
Yes,
One atom. So till that time we knew that atom could not be broken down.
yes.
Yes, beta?
Singly or in combination constitute all matter.
So either it is single, like what we saw in argon, it is single atom, or it is combining to form matter. It could be liquid, it could be solid, it could be gas. You understand? This is what we have learned about elements. Now we will read now about compound. Is elements clear better? Then only we go for compounds. Boys, have you understood elements? One type. And the smallest type is the atom, which you cannot divide further. Is this clear? Boys,
Yes.
then only we'll go for compounds.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now compounds we can take as an example water molecule. Okay. Now the
Yes.
first properties that we are going to see, read better.
Has properties different from its component elements.
Do you agree? Now,
Yes, ma'am.
water has got a property of liquid, but the components are made up of gas. So it is different. What do you say?
Yes,
Ninth
ma'am.
standard. All of you take part, beta. Don't be passive, please. Now, which is this one, beta?
Can be broken down to a simpler type of matter by chemical
Chemical.
means.
Beta, it is
Chemical
chemical.
means, but not by physical means.
So I hope you understood. Now I can break water by electrolysis method. Can I? I can pass electricity through water and change it into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. Can I do that? It's a chemical method, right? But I cannot break it by physical method. Now, what is physical method? Break it by hand. Is it possible? Not possible. So I can differentiate, or I can break it down to a simpler type of matter, the gaseous form, from liquid by electrolysis method, by passing electricity through water. Is it understandable? Whereas in elements, it cannot be broken down. That we already know. But here in case of compound, yes, it can be broken down. Did you get the difference now, beta? Hello? Hello, boys.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
did you get
ma'am.
the difference between elements and compounds? Third, read. Hello? Read, beta.
Yes, ma'am.
Read this one. Read the slide, please. Hello? What happened? Any of you start reading, beta?
Always contains the same ratio of its component elements.
What does that mean? H2O. Now, H2O will be always like this. It will not be HO2. It will not be HO. Do you understand what I'm saying? It will be always H2O. Wherever you go in the
Yes,
universe. That means the proportion is 2 is to 1. H and O is always in the ratio of 2 is to 1 wherever you go in the universe. It will never change. The proportion will never change. That is what is being conveyed over here. That the ratio will always be the same. All of you understood? Boys,
Yes, ma'am.
now this ratio will be the same in ice, will be the same in water, and will be same in water vapor. You understand? Now I'm showing you these are the three forms: solid, liquid, and gaseous. You understand? Whatever could be the form of the matter, the ratio will not change. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What is written over here? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, start reading, but as soon as you see the slide, you have to start reading. If I'm not speaking, then you have to take up. I need not tell you again and again. Yes, beta.
made up of two or more different elements.
So in water, how many elements did we see, beta?
Two
How
or
many
more.
elements did we? Huh? How
Two
many
or more.
elements are there? Only two. Two are there. Hydrogen and oxygen. How many elements are there? Two.
Hydrogen and oxygen too.
If I'm taking up, I'm giving another one. What is it? Potassium permanganate.
KMnO4.
What is this? Potassium. What is K beta? Potassium, manganese, and oxygen. So in the formula, the name is potassium permanganate. So how many are there? One, two, three. You understood now? This is a compound. And how many elements are there? Three elements are there. Is it understandable to all of you? Hello, boys.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, hope you understood between the differences between the elements and compounds. Is there any problem now? Got the difference between elements and compounds, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So is it clear to all of you the concept of
Yes, ma'am.
elements and the concept of compounds? Now we have come to the laws that people have worked upon, and we'll go through it one by one. These are very important. Please understand
Yes.
nicely. Laws of chemical combination. First law that we are going to work on is law of conservation, and everything will have an activity. So it becomes easy for you to comprehend. So law of conservation of mass suggests, say beta. Start reading.
Laws of chemical combination. Number 1. Laws of conservation of mass states that mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. This means that during a chemical reaction, the sum of the masses of the
Reactants.
reactants and products remain unchanged.
Okay, thank you. Now, what does that means? Law of conservation of mass. If I'm writing a chemical equation, for example, A plus B, right beta? It gives C plus D. You understand? So a chemical reaction is happening. This is reactant. A plus B is what? Reactant. And C plus D what? Product. Right beta?
Yes,
So if I take the mass of both the sides, that is left hand side, it's like maths better, absolutely maths. So if I take the left hand side, that is reactant A plus B, the mass, I will find out the mass, I will calculate it. And when I take up the right hand side, that is C plus D, what I find, both the masses are same. What does it show? That the mass has been conserved. It has not been wasted. You understand? That during a chemical reaction, the mass remains the same. So it becomes clear that mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction, but it remains the same. Let's find out further by doing an activity. Yes, better. Read. And after one line, you have to stop because I have to show you the activity practically. Read better. Hello. Boys, can you hear me?
yes,
Boys, can
ma'am.
you hear me? Start reading better.
Activity. Take some sodium sulfate solution in a coracle flask and some barium chloride solution in an ignition tube. Hang
That's it.
the
That's it. That's a better. One line. So I will show you, no? I have to show you. Can you see this better? This solution is sodium sulfate solution. What is this better? Sodium sulfate solution. And this is ignition tube. What is this called as? Ignition tube. And what is the solution in the ignition tube? Barium chloride solution. Is this clear? Have you understood? The practical? Hello? Boys?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now next line. Continue. Please continue. Hello. Please continue better. Why is taking so
Take
much of
some
time?
sodium sulfate
No, that is done already.
and reading.
Continue, I said. Moinuddin, continue the next line. We are not supposed to do the same thing again and again. Hang the ignition tube.
Hang the ignition tube in the flask by a thread and put a cork on the
Put a
flask.
put a put a cork on the flask. Here, you can see over here. We have hung the ignition tube, right? And we have put a cork on the mouth of the flask, right, beta? Then next, Find the mass of the, hello, hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, continue better. Find the mass of the, should I read it? Should I read it better if you're not able to? Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, start reading, I said. Find the
Okay.
mass of the flask on a balance.
Then find the mass of the phallus again. It will be seen that some that
No, better read
masses.
properly. Please, please, please stop it. No, no, not like this. You have to read very nicely. Find the mass of the flask on a balance. Then tilt the flask. A chemical reaction takes place and sodium chloride and barium sulfate are formed. Then find the mass of the flask again. It will be seen that the sum of the masses of the reactants and products remain unchanged. Did you understand better? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? What we did, we hung the ignition tube in the flask and then we just this much is okay, and we took the mass. Can you see this mass? Yes, beta. Mass is 300.23 gram. Okay. The next is we will tilt the flask. What you will do, beta? We'll tilt the flask. So when we tilt the flask, you got this. This is tilting the flask. See. So what is happening?